So you're moving to Dallas, or maybe you're just thinking about buying your next home in Dallas. Either way, there's so much to consider when you're thinking about the right home, the right neighborhood, and where do you want to live. It can be super confusing. Today we're going to help you out with that because we're talking about Trinity Falls in McKinney and why it's the best neighborhood in Dallas. Stay tuned. I'm Brian White. Hey, welcome back to Moving to Dallas Guide. This is the channel where people come to get the latest information on the best neighborhoods in Dallas, the latest in terms of what's going on in the North Texas market, and tips on how to find and negotiate the best deal possible when they're buying their home. I'm your host, Brian White. I'm a local North Texas realtor and team leader with eXp Realty. I've lived in North Texas for nearly 15 years, and I love serving clients here in North Texas. Our mission statement is to give, serve, and love our community, and we want to do that for you. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of our updates. Okay, we're going to jump right in because today we're talking about Trinity Falls in McKinney, and it's a neighborhood that I can't wait to tell you about. We're going to talk about a few things about Trinity Falls location, schools, amenities, the builders, and then we're going to share with you a little bit about what's on the market right now. So what can you purchase and what do you get for your money? Trinity Falls is a 2,000-acre master plan community on the banks of the Trinity River. That already sounds great, doesn't it? Their vision is to be a community that lives in harmony with nature and each other. Each day is an adventure with trails to explore, green spaces to play, lakes to gaze upon, and wildlife to enjoy. All of that combined with engaging amenities and robust activity calendar gives you ample opportunity to connect with your neighbors. So if you're moving to Dallas from outside of the area, it can be a great opportunity to make new friends and really connect and engage in the community. Trinity Falls is a place where children make friends for life and families make a lifetime of memories. That sounds awesome. All right, so if you're sold on Trinity Falls, you're probably wondering, where the heck is it? Trinity Falls is in the northwest corner of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It really is on the outer edge of development. In terms of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Trinity Falls and the north edge of McKinney and Melissa are the outskirts of where everything is developed. Salina is another area equally far north where things are building out, but Trinity Falls is on that outer edge. You can see if you're traveling all the way down to Dallas or Fort Worth, for Dallas, it's gonna be a solid 45 minutes and maybe even an hour in traffic to get all the way to downtown. Fort Worth, honestly, if that's a place that you're gonna commute on a regular basis, it's probably gonna be a little bit too far, and you might wanna think about some areas we can show you farther west in the Metroplex. Let's drill in terms of where Trinity Falls is. Here is McKinney, and Frisco is in the central location. So there's so many employers popping up in the Frisco area that Trinity Falls is actually a great spot if you're commuting into Frisco. The other great thing about Trinity Falls and its location is it's really close to the highway. It's not close enough where you can hear the highway, but it's close enough where you can access it easily. It's just 12 minutes north of historic downtown McKinney. Downtown McKinney is a sweet downtown area with great restaurants, with shopping, and it's just a cool place to get together. It's got that quaint old town feel. And then, like I said, you've got easy access to Frisco, and Frisco has just about everything that you'd ever want to do in it. You've got soccer, you've got Cowboys practice facility, you've got minor league baseball teams, you got really all of the major league sports and many of the activities and shopping that you'd ever want to that's within 20 at most 30 minutes away from Trinity Falls in McKinney. What's great about the area is when you move to a location that's on the outskirts, a lot of times you can get great value. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later, but you can get a terrific value in Trinity Falls, and it's an area that we expect to see appreciate quite a bit for long time. School is another area that's super important for many people moving to Dallas. Now, whether you've got school-age children or you're just moving to the area for property value and for appreciation, school districts may be something that you want to pay attention to. As we get started, we always point people to niche.com or greatschools.org. There's two great sites to do research. We're going to pull the information today from niche.com. As we dive right in, Trinity Falls is located in McKinney Independent School District. And you can see here that overall, McKinney ISD gets an A rating from niche.com. They've got great academics, B+ on teachers, and then you can see the various other categories. One of the things that we find, and this is specific to Trinity Falls, is that newer neighborhoods often have great schools. We find that people, when they first move to a neighborhood, they get actively involved, and active parents oftentimes contribute to great schools. They free up time for teachers. Not only does McKinney ISD get an A rating, but it's the number 51 school district in all of Texas. That means it's in the top 5% of districts in the state of Texas. The same is also true of athletics. It's in the top 5% of athletic school districts in the state of Texas, and in the top 10% in terms of diversity. Okay, McKinney ISD is one of the best overall school districts in the state of Texas. It's ranked as number 51 out of more than 1,000 school districts. So it's in the top 5% of all districts across the state of Texas. It's number 17 in Dallas-Fort Worth. The other great thing about McKinney ISD is it's in the top 5% of school districts in terms of athletics as well. So your kids, your children can get a great academic education and athletic coaching in McKinney Independent School District. All right, you ready to hear about the amenities in Trinity Falls? There's so much to offer. I'm excited to share this with you. We got to lead off by the active lifestyle team at Trinity Falls. One of the great things about homeowners associations, and Trinity Falls in particular, is they've got a team on site planning activities. So if you're moving in the McKinney area, whether you're moving in from out of state or just from another area in Dallas-Fort Worth, that team is going to be able to help you meet people. They've got so many activities planned. It's a great opportunity for you to plug in and get involved. Okay, the club is where you go for that beach-style swimming pool. It's a great amenity center and place for you to hang out, swim, and enjoy some sunshine. Trinity Falls has a terrific splash pad, which is awesome for kids to play and run and enjoy as an alternative to the swimming pool. So the pavilion is a terrific central spot for people to hang out, to enjoy a clubhouse, to cool off. On cooler nights, it's also a place where people hang out in the evenings and gather around the fire pit. It's hard to imagine as we're enjoying the 100-degree summer heat, but that's gotta be awesome in the winter. So there are more than 350 acres of park in Trinity Falls. That includes bike trails and more than 5 miles of lake shoreline. Sounds like an outdoor paradise. There's also a gated dog park with climbing structures. There's plenty of room for your furry friends to run and play off leash, in addition to all those hiking trails that we already talked about. There's also shaded seating and water stations to keep everybody hydrated, so you can relax in the shade while your dogs are playing and having a good time. There's an 18-hole disc golf course. There are playgrounds for the kiddos. There's a tricycle track and even an event amphitheater. The Lodge, which is opening later this year, is available with options for catering, a co-working space, an event center, a fitness center, and an event lawn. It really is going to be amazing. It's shocking how many different amenities that Trinity Falls has available. Are you excited to hear about the builders in Trinity Falls? There are so many great ones. First, let's talk about the price points. And the price points, there's a pretty wide variety. You can get a home all the way from the 290s into the 800s. It's one of the things I love about neighborhoods that have a bunch of different builders and a bunch of different price points, because it creates variety and it makes the neighborhood interesting. Trinity Falls is a beautiful neighborhood from the time that you drive in, and that continues because there are so many different kinds of homes and sizes that it just makes everything really interesting and attractive. Lot sizes range from 40 foot all the way up to 70 foot. And you can see that's going to vary by price point as well. So some of the builders in Trinity Falls are Highland Homes. Highland Homes is one of my favorite builders across North Texas. We've personally lived in a Highland home. They have a great warranty. They have terrific attention to detail and just an amazing process with so many different amenities and upgrades built into the home. It really is terrific. And they're building on a variety of lot sizes. They're building on the 40s, 50s, and 70-foot lots. All right, Drees is as close to a custom home as you can get in a production builder. There's so much customization, so many options available in a Drees home. They're building on the 70-foot lots in Canyon Falls. They're building on the 60 and 70-foot lots. It's a great way to get a really luxury feeling home at terrific price points. Perry Homes is building from the mid 400s all the way into the 700s. They're another one that really is one of our favorite builders in Dallas-Fort Worth. There are so many different amenities and so many things that are included in their home that when you walk through the door, it's really shocking. You get a great upscale feel all the way throughout their homes, even though their homes go from 1,600 feet all the way into the 3,000s. And Perry Homes is also building on the 40s, 50s, and 70-foot lots. Chesmar Homes is a terrific builder on 60-foot lots in Canyon Falls. I was just out there recently, and we really were very impressed by the value and the finish out. If you go out to their model home, they've got sliders and a covered patio that are included within their model build out. Really is beautiful, amazing, and just a ton of livability built into their homes. And Canyon Falls Coventry is building on the 40 and 50-foot home sites. They're building from the 400s to the 600s in 1,800 square feet all the way up to just shy of 3,000. The interesting thing about Coventry homes is they're one of the builders that'll actually move walls. They'll work with you on the actual floor plan and the layout. If it's something that they can do, they would be happy to do that for you. An interesting aspect of Trinity Falls is you pull all the way through the neighborhood is there's a Del Webb community in the back. That's an active adult 55 plus community. They're building there in the 40s, 50s, and 65-foot estate series. Now it is an active adult community and they've got their separate amenities. So it's a terrific option for active adults moving to the area. And many times when active adults are moving with younger children, all to live within their own homes, but in close proximity to each other. My in-laws live in a Del Webb community in Phoenix and they've loved it for years. Might be a great option for you too. All right, now that we've talked about builders, let's talk about what's actually on the market right now. These are homes for sale in McKinney, specifically homes for sale in Trinity Falls. Or you can find all of this information on our website at amazinghomesinDFW.com. We'll include a link in the description so you can find all of this information. So we're looking specifically at homes in Trinity Falls right now. And what you can see is that the average price across the neighborhood is $640,000. What's great about that is that's it's a good bit less than the overall county average. So the average price per foot in Trinity Falls is a little higher because it's new construction, right? If you're thinking about the overall county, there's gonna be a lot of existing homes, which are gonna have a overall lower price per foot. But let's dive in. There are actually 35 homes available on the market in Trinity Falls right now. And when you click through to the site, you can actually go in and see there have been several price reductions. And what we're finding is that builders many times are reducing their home prices. They've got so much inventory right now that they're not coming down year over year. So this isn't a bubble. The bubble hasn't burst. What we're seeing though is home prices are going up less aggressively than they were historically. There's inventory in the market. So you can click through and you can see a wide variety. You can see some of these that might be on a smaller lot. And then as the price points go up, you can see those that might be on a little bit larger lot. I'm gonna click through and hit view details. And then you can see details on the build. You can actually see this one shows you what the finishes are. This is a Perry home. And you can even click through and see the floor plan. Whether it's amenities, terrific schools, a convenient location, or just amazing homes, Trinity Falls has so much to offer. If you'd like to get more information on the neighborhood, you can go to our website, or you can reach out and hit the link in the description to connect directly with us. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hang out and watch another video with us. We'll talk to you soon.